The level of female youth sports competition is increasing, yet participation is dropping. Why? Is it male dominance?
Men have the power. It's always the men that is the stronger one.
Lack of appropriate role models?
And when these girls are coming out, who are they looking up to tell them that that's not the way it has to be?
Or potential abuse? One fast-pitch professional has laid many of these fears to rest by providing an environment of trust where youth female athletes feel safe, inspired, and empowered.
When I stepped away from coaching, I wanted to find a coach for my daughters, and I didn't want a male coach that does a lot of yelling and throws a lot of sarcasm as some of those other coaches out there do. And I want my daughter to think that that's okay for any man to do to her.
Choppers Ensey is a branch of the SoCal Choppers organization, and what we really promote and the organization is supporting us in doing is a family culture and family atmosphere, and just a place where the girls can grow and have a great experience, but also have a winning culture.
When I was with the Choppers, it doesn't matter who was coming on our team that season. It doesn't matter who had been here and left or had just been coming on. We were always close, and our team chemistry was always something that we got together really quickly.
The family atmosphere is really a big thing here, and we all support each other and we can all rely on each other.
Kim was new to the organization. Choppers recently incorporated in January. Now it's like a powerhouse the way we look at it, because Choppers, Dean and Gary have a lot of relationships with a lot of the athletic schools, and so does Kim. And you put that together, we're in the right place at the right time.
She's pretty much the college recruiter for the Choppers organization. I mean, coaches are going to her for advice and guidance.
When it comes to getting her athletes recruited, Coach Kim has proved herself a force to be reckoned with. 100% of Ensey athletes go to college, 98% get scholarships, 60% go to D1 schools, and 30% go to D2 schools. But how is she able to do this?
So when it comes to colleges and my players, I get to know my girls, and then I get to know these college coaches, and ultimately we're all here to help these girls succeed. So the more networking and the more people we have involved, the better their chances are for success.
Everything played out the way it did because of Coach Kim. I came into the process not knowing anything about any school. Coach Kim actually held a camp at the high school that we were working out at. Presbyterian was there and ended up sending all of my recruiting stuff to them. They ended up offering me June of 2016 and went on a visit in August and committed. If she saw you as a kid that she really believed in, she would lay everything out and really do everything in her power to get you to a school.
Kim had a template, big questionnaire, a few pages long. And the fact that she was interested in what the kids wanted right out of the gate. And I think she gets a really good sense of what schools are going to be the best fit for a kid.
And she knows what type of person I am and what I look for in coaching style and the connection with the girls, and she kind of knew that right off the bat, that certain schools wouldn't fit with me. And I didn't really like hearing it at first, because there's this one school for me that I was set on, I really wanted to go there, but when I got to the campus, I realized this isn't really what I thought it would be. But she actually knew me more than I thought she did, and so actually experiencing it myself, I actually realized she's right.
Isabella had her top 10 schools, and Kim knew 3 of them weren't hers.
Kim understands the student athlete's personality as well as the family's personality.
And it kind of made me feel inadequate as a mom that I didn't know my kid that much, that she wouldn't be a good fit for the school. Which was one thing I want to point out. The one thing Isabella had in Kim was that trust. So it's that trust that Kim was able to get from our kids, to me, that's priceless.
With the rise of competitive youth sports, athlete schedules have become more hectic and demanding, but Ensey athletes are rising to the challenge.
Because she played high school sports and college sports, she knows how crazy the schedule is. It's kind of been really nice because my daughter, she was falling behind, and Kim was the first person to say, hey, you got to focus on schoolwork before you play softball.
She teaches me time management with balancing sports, putting in lots of hours of practice, and studying hard for school. I've also been in Girl Scouts for 9 years, so I have to balance that too. I have goals that I want to achieve, and this helps me achieve those goals.
The motivation isn't just on the field, it's what will my future be like? What will I major in? What schools do I want? What do I need to get there? And it made our life chaotic because now they have to have the grades, they have to have the community service, and they have to maintain the softball IQ. So it's that balance, that constant, there's never enough time for anything. So you grab it where you can. And a lot of the advice Coach Kim gives, I'm jealous that I'm not the one giving it. Or I'll live by it too. Yeah.
Coach Kim's philosophy impacts her athletes' lives on and off the field through an empowering perspective based on 4 pillars.
Being strong, being powerful, being beautiful, being fearless. I mean, all 4 together. I mean, they're all very similar, but they're all very different. And I think you're kind of unstoppable.
We can't teach that drive, but Kim got it out of her. The strength, all of that.
For me, it's the fearless. Like, I realized that I can't be scared to do certain things.
I felt very strong and powerful as a player because I knew I was going to play very well.
There's always rough times in every sport, and she just taught me to never give up and always believe in myself.
That's what Kim's motto is, always give 110%, no matter what.
I think athletes end up being very well prepared for life. You know, you deal with failure, you deal with hardships, you deal with things not going your way, things you can control, things you can't control, understanding the difference. I want my girls to leave having a good foundation and to strive for big things, but to work really hard at those little things. So that's what I want my legacy to be, just that, you know, I was able to teach the girls that the little things count.